I am Britt.
All right.
No introductions yet.
No introductions as of yet.
How dare you introduce?
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another rousing night of TGI Dungeons and Dragons. What we have going on tonight is we actually have a couple of, a returning player as well as a new player to our campaign. So I'd like to take some time to kind of go around the table and do some introductions here. So what I'll do is this, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and do your introduction, Britt. After everyone goes through theirs. So, and then we'll talk about what happened last session, and then we'll move forward from there. Sound good, everybody? Yeah, shut up. All right, sounds good. So, go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with the digital gentleman. If we can go with Elliot and then Liam, and then we'll go around the table with these guys. Explain who you introduce yourselves.
Well, I'll start it off because I was asked to start it off first. So, I'm Elliot. I'm a druid. He's a young fella and he's kind of trying to find his way. He is kind of obsessed with the direwolf. He kind of was helped freed when he was younger by a direwolf from a adopted family who was quite abusive, and he found these gents and ladies when she was there to adventure with, and he is on his way to find his true calling to life.
All right, perfect. And go ahead, Liam.
So I'm playing Liam. He is a woodcutter who turned soldier, who has taken up adventuring to help provide his mother and sisters with a kind of better life. Just trying to make some coinage to improve that. He's kind of acted as the group's moral compass a couple of times, especially when we had our paladin purpose. But unfortunately, since he's been spirited away by his god, I've been kind of left with the task by myself. Last I checked, I was kind of pissed off because his cultists had some wood from my village that specializes in wood cutting. So we'll see how it goes from here.
And what were they doing with that wood?
They were fucking eating people. They were using it to heat the fire. They used to eat people. So
yeah, they're using wood from his town to eat people. It's fucked up. All right. Absolutely, that's great. Now if we can go start with Tyrael and go around the table.
Alright, I'm Ryan. I am playing Tyrael, the human wizard who has been traveling the world in search of the secret of life so he can pass it on to future generations. He has so far been partially successful, actually. He's able to imbue with a little bit of focus, he's able to imbue his muscles with a youthful vigor. And he is actually 87 years old or 89 years old. I think 87. But he is an illusionist and loves to mess with people.
You're safe to turn the camera on if you want.
And that's Tyrael. That's Tyrael.
I am Corin. I am another druid, Circle of the Shepherd. Apparently saved some noble creature a long time ago and was injured by its poaching party. Since then, one of the gods of the forest decided to bestow their power upon me, and now I am on a never-ending quest to balance the nature within the world.
Absolutely, very good. And so you are questing for. All right, and our new player, Mr. Britt.
I am Thok. I'm a half-orc eldritch knight who was a knight of the fallen Jarl that was killed in the last session.
Okay.
Who also doesn't believe that my Jarl was died of natural causes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Time out. Back up. The what now?
Oh, he. Go ahead. Say it again.
So I am a half-orc fighter, Eldritch Knight, who is a knight of the fallen Jarl whose death y'all were investigating. I also don't believe that it was natural causes.
Okay. Uh-oh.
We didn't plan this shit. I didn't know nothing about that. That's awesome.
So think of Thok as a blood death knight.
Alright, I'll
Giant
I got some
two-handed
explaining
axe
to do, but
who casts spells to make himself more tankier.
Prediction:
All
Darius
right.
will be saying "edge" a lot this game.
Yes.
All right, very good. Well, thank you guys for the introduction. Thank you for coming. My name is Scott. I'm just a guy who sits here and you guys do whatever the hell you want, and I say, okay, cool, let's make some rolls. So, all right. So, what I'd like for you guys to do is, Britt, obviously, or Thok, you actually. So, it's gonna be hard for me to not put Nap in front of that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
It's gonna be so hard to not put Neff in front of that. So go ahead and if you guys who were here last session can go ahead and discuss what you remember that happened from our last session.
go ahead, Ryan. You got it.
I mean, last session we actually came to the town. We had to look into the death of the Jarl. Who tasked us with that again? I can't remember who tasked us with that.
Some guy at the tavern.
Somebody at the tavern.
The brothel.
Some elf or something.
You guys never asked him his name. So
That's
never
right,
told
that's right. The detective dude who was like, "Oh my God, it's a murder, I can't figure it out." And then we went and did
I
it.
want some lamb. That's all I want, lamb.
So we go and we come up with a scheme to try and get them to talk to us and listen to us, and so we can try and figure out what's going on. The scheme totally backfires as Corin and Elliot freeze and bury themselves at the stairs in protest.
We had, just so everyone knows who's listening to this, we also have a fate coin, which Britt, you'll get one too. We have to get you one, and it has special powers that you can flip once per game. And once you flip, it's 50-50 chance something really good happens or something really bad happens. Last game, Elliot and Corin both got owned by their fate coins. It was pretty
It
fantastic.
set it up perfectly because freezing themselves to the spot and burying themselves there made it so they couldn't move. And all of a sudden, the Elliot started chanting. He started chanting. What was it? Oh crap!
Run down, the rest of us to go.
Yes, one down, the rest of us to go. And the townspeople, who were obviously skeptical about what had actually happened to the Jarl, slowly started joining in. And all of a sudden, the guards started getting nervous, and Corin starts... Oh, did he do that while he was still buried? He did that while he was still buried, didn't he? He cast the little elementals while
He
was still
basically
buried.
kind of peeked out and did it.
Yeah, while buried under the stairs,
was really hard.
Corin peeks out and summons little demons that start dancing around, and then they yell the phrase "one down, the rest of us to go," and kill themselves, blowing up in magnificent displays of light. And all of a sudden, a giant image of a two-headed black troll appears above the crowd and showing them what the evil that lurks behind the doors. Then the Jarl comes out. Bad idea. So
The new Jarl.
Yeah, the new
the
Jarl
new Jarl
will
decides.
happen.
The
Yes.
new Jarl actually he'd come out a little before that, but he decides to come out. Bad idea. Horrible idea. The townsfolk get a hold of him. And, they're literally about to rip him apart. So it turns from trying to prove he offed the other Jarl to trying to save his life so he can prove he offed the other Jarl. So after
I'm gonna take his muzzle off.
after a few spells were slung and stealth rolls were cast, we got him back to the bar
Yeah,
where
we
we
misbehaved.
dragged him down to the storage room, and eventually got him to talk. Which Didn't he end up just dying?
No, he's
Well,
alive.
He's gonna die if he leaves that place.
he was murdered.
He's gonna die if he meets
Um,
me.
But we got him to admit that he
he told us-
did have a part in killing the Jarl.
He also said that he was a pawn piece for Nzul, which, in my backstory, the very first episode we ever played, Nzul was the asshole that had all the exotic woods, and we did not get along. So from the previous session, S2 either got lost or died. Somehow or another, her key got put in my hands, and as a last momentum to her, the key got slipped one more time to the Jarl.
The key got slipped.
That's right. Elliot slipped him the key.
That's
That
what
was
it
it.
is.
With S2's
So
death.
it's the second round down now.
To put
There's
S2
an opening.
or something.
All right. So that is, and so where we are now. That was a fantastic description. I couldn't have done it better myself. So where we are now is you guys are now in the basement of the tavern. You, of course, Corin had ripped open a cask. Used form water to basically almost choke out Jarl Wilhelm by just hovering the ale right over his head. He is now laying on the ground, hacking. The last word he uttered before the end of the game, he's not dead,
He is.
was... No, he's not.
Elliot killed him.
Ellie killed him?
Elliot slipped him the key.
Oh, you actually killed him.
Well, I
S2's
don't
nice.
know if I actually killed. I attempted to kill him. I guess I left the dagger in him and walked out. But
Oh, okay,
I'm
cool.
pretty sure
Never mind.
He was dead.
You tell me what happened.
So you
That-
don't know.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So,
Make sure.
dagger is in him. Okay. So that's interesting. Give me a second here.
I guess it's a rapier.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah, he'll stay over with his tail.
Okay.
Everything's unsafe.
All right,
Everything
sounds
is
good. So as you are walking, so what is everybody else doing? So we're just gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off. Okay. What are so Corin and Tyrael? What are you guys doing?
Well,
What's going on right now?
we just
Well,
got-
Elliot just stabbed the guy, right, and just started walking away. Right. Which what's your alignment again?
Neutral.
It is
True
neutral.
neutral.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, yeah, that's true neutral. True neutral can kill people.
Okay. All right, cool. So what are you guys doing? Turn that down.
Your voice.
What is it?
It's down at the bottom left.
Me? Let's
There you go.
see.
Nope.
Sound two.
What was it?
The
The
headphones.
headphones.
Okay, gotcha.
Got it? Perfect. Now we're good.
Honestly, I just looked over, and well, at least I gave him his final drink for send off.
This is
Okay. Yeah, pretty beast mode. What's your alignment?
Oh, what am
Tyrael pokes him
You
with
guys
his
are,
foot and
you guys
says,
are poking
"You're all
and
wet."
prodding on some evil shit here.
I? I think I'm neutral.
You're neutral? Because you guys are dipping your toe into evil territory. I'm just kind of set it
I didn't kill him.
No,
I
I'm
even
sorry.
gave him
he
a
just
drink.
killed.
All right.
That was justice.
Yeah, you'll just see what happens later on if it does get worse. All right. So essentially, Elliot, you are walking out. You guys just kind of, I guess, are turning and leaving the room. Am I correct?
Oh yeah. Then no one saw us
Alright.
go down there. So.
Sounds good. So as you guys are getting ready to walk out the door, all of a sudden the barkeep slams the door open. What the fuck are you doing down here? What? All I remember is you guys are, everyone's chanting outside and causing a ruckus, and then you're dragging a body in here. Holy shit! It's not the Jarl.
Was.
He looks at you guys like, almost like scared. What the fuck did you do?
Did you take part in the? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Tyrael. Did you take part in the killing of the Jarl?
No!
Then you have nothing to worry about. Or do you?
like, fucking get the fuck out of my basement.
See, it works. Let's go.
So he's like, kind of like all of a sudden rushing you, just telling you, get the heck out of here. Go on. Literally rushing you guys out. All right. As you guys are kind of exiting, right, you can just hear him running in there, and the wenches kind of come down after him and start like, oh my god. You hear him just start screaming like they've never seen blood before in their lives. And the door closes, and that's all you know about what's happening there. As you guys are walking up the stairs, you still hear outside. The crowd has not ceased. In fact, you start to hear some faint pops and cracks, almost like splitting wood type thing. You're not exactly sure what that means, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, all right.
Right? So you guys are, of course, coming up, and as you get in there, you can see that there's a few patrons in there, but they're more or less like kind of ducking and covering. They're sitting at their tables and just trying to kind of stay away from the door where all the stuff's going on outside. You had a couple of the other wenches that are just literally just trying to keep people from coming in. But as that happens, all of a sudden, you see the wenches even get pushed back. As you see...
Talk.
Describe how you look, and Liam, you as well. You're going to be entering at the same time.
6'4", very muscular, tall, knight and scale mail, pretty much giant battle axe, like double-sided battle axe.
Where's the Jarl? I'm a human, fair skin, blonde hair, red plate mail. I have a warhammer at my side and a shield. And the shield gun on my back as I'm walking in.
Okay. Yep, so all of a sudden you can see these wenches just get pushed off to the side, and, Thuck says,
Where's the Jarl?
and storms in, and they're sitting there, Sir, you can't come in here right now. You can stay outside. And all of a sudden you see Liam just kind of glide right in after him, right? So tell me.
Can I get a
Go ahead.
insight check? Can I get an insight check on the new the orc that just walked in? See if he's like, where's the Jarl? Like, he wants to kill him, or he's looking for the person that took him.
Okay, just a heads up. He is followed immediately by one of your friends.
Okay.
I will come.
Okay, so, and Scott, just for what part, can I get a timeline on when this is happening, in terms of the campaign?
Sure. No problem. It was about a week after you guys ventured out into... after you guys went into the cultist lair, all right, we completely moved forward from that campaign. You guys lost that battle. Sheila 2 died. And you guys, a week later, we're not sure exactly where you were, right? But these guys were basically drowning their sorrows in cranberry juice and water and high-end mead.
Cranberry juice,
That's cranberry juice, yes.
the prune juice.
So about a week. So, obviously, I'd love to know, because obviously you guys entered together. Why did you enter together?
I guess I was trying to recoup, all that happened, and I don't know, I guess maybe we have adventured together paths, or is your character military at all, or you just an adventure straight up?
Is your character what?
Is this character ex-military like mine, or are you just...
soldier.
Soldier. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a soldier too, so maybe I know you're from the army.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of just had to have a serious meeting.
Absolutely. And so you guys, you're weird. So you guys, storm in. Where's the Jarl? These wenches are sitting there just, no, stay, sir, you gotta. And then all of a sudden they see that you're not gonna even pay them any mind, and you storm in. And after Liam, you get in, they just kind of close the door behind you guys. So what do you guys do? Who do you talk to? What's going on? You guys are the only ones here aside from some patrons.
Why would you think the Jarl's here? Liam, who's your friend?
No, this is... What'd you say? What'd you say your name was?
Thok, Thokk.
Kind of like thought, like CHOT.
Kind of like
This is
thick,
Thok.
but
He's an old friend
Thok
of mine
instead.
from the military. I haven't run into him.
Stocky.
While your guys were, I kind of look around the tavern scene, right, freaking out, up to no good, apparently. I kind of sort of massage my temples. I leave you guys alone for 5 minutes. And I'm kind of, what is this? What happened?
Well, I mean, as you can see outside, we should probably go out there and try to calm people down.
As you
Wait,
say
on
that,
hand?
as you say that, you see a large piece of lumber just billow into the glass window of the tavern, shattering it all over the floor. And the crowd, of course, now is louder. You can hear the. You guys have literally caused a mass riot in the town.
Yeah, we did that.
What?
Oh,
No, is this like open? I mean, the patrons are there. I guess they can hear in earshot. So we should probably get somewhere kind of quiet, I guess, so I can a little bit of explaining to do. Maybe down the hallway here, maybe.
Unaffected by the breaking of the windows. Where's the Jarl?
Big fella.
What?
Just
Oh, sorry. Go
hold
ahead.
the voice down just a little bit. just a little bit. Liam, do you know this guy?
But yeah, I just said, he's an old friend of mine from the military. I ran into him here
Yeah.
while I was out.
How, at this point, I'm like not even. I'm like panning back and forth between you two. Can we trust him?
I mean, he saved my life a couple of times. I've saved his. I think we can trust him. Why? What?
Okay.
Wait, why do you want to know where the Jarl is?
I think S2's blade's cursed. It was slipped again, and if you know what I'm saying.
Elliot, what did you guys do?
I swear it's cursed.
Elliot, Can I not leave you people alone?
I mean, is this out of character? I mean, have I ever done this before? They said in Zoom, and they said pawn piece, and next thing I know, the key was slipped. And he may be at the bottom of the cellar.
At that point, I'll walk to the bottom of the cellar.
Yeah, I get it. Is the barkeep still trying to keep him out, or is he?
No, he's. So what happened was the barkeep actually, when he walked in and saw the Jarl laying there bleeding, he actually told everyone to get the hell out. So the door has been closed. There is 2 wenches and the barkeep in there with the bleeding Jarl.
Wow. I appreciate
Alright,
that.
guys, I'm just going to throw this idea out there. I know we got to work quick. If anybody has any suggestions, either let's just take the key and then maybe draw the crowd to here and say they did it.
Wait. We're gonna frame somebody? Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not.
You think it's gonna work?
Somewhere.
You're getting really deep into evil territory
Maybe
now.
we should
I'm
just
just
like
saying.
play Hot Red Horizon.
I am still walking straight to the cellar.
Okay, sounds good. So he's just.
Take a few steps back.
Thok is just walking past you. You're the
Axe out, ready.
Axe out, ready. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time to decide what you're gonna do, and in about a minute game time, Thok's gonna be literally at the door, getting ready to bust it down.
Yes. So we need to either calm the crowd down or leave and let them destroy the city. One of the two.
How can we calm the crowd down? You killed their... I can't say it was... You killed their Jarl.
That wasn't their Jarl.
Oh, okay. But so, okay, I thought the riot started... Okay, I guess I'm misunderstanding. So
We
the
started
riot
the riot-
didn't start from you...
We got the
killing
confession from him. He actually had part in killing the other Jarl, and he was a pawn for the cult of
Insul.
Zargon.
Or Zargon.
So essentially, Insul is in somehow with the cultists of Zargon.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. When you say Zargon, I'm like,
Yeah.
So... Okay. And so, I guess violence broke out. You killed the Jarl.
Right,
Okay.
so
do you have
essentially-
any evidence linking him there? Direct evidence?
So really quick, just so you have a firm understanding, what happened is everyone in the town, apparently this one guy they met thought that the Jarl was murdered. And he thought he was the only one that thought this, because then all of a sudden this other Jarl comes into play, and he's more of a dictator, he's a jerk, whatever. Well, all of a sudden when they're trying to get in touch with this Jarl, Elliot starts chanting, and everyone in the area starts picking up at that chant. So obviously it was not just this guy who thought that the Jarl was murdered.
Here, I'll get him.
So anyway,
Gosh.
he asked if you guys have found any evidence or anything, right? Tyrio?
Yeah. No, he actually, he admitted it. I mean, kind of evidence.
He admitted to having a hand in it, and he also informed them that Insul was a part of it.
I mean, we have the information. We don't have physical evidence, but Did he tell us how he died? How they killed him? They killed him with Baju, didn't they? Because there was burns behind his ears.
There, go ahead now.
Yeah, they used Baju and it eventually OD'd him.
Yeah. So they used Baju to eventually OD him. So.
At least he had it prepared, so.
So we just gotta exhume the body of the prior Jarl, and then we will be able to identify the burns behind his ears, and we can tie the cultists of Zargon to the murder.
Guess go with Dampe out
Simple.
of here.
Simple.
What makes you think they haven't already messed with the body?
Nothing.
It's a fair point.
You think people behind the scenes would just leave that there to find?
Yeah. They're not the smartest. They've actually been pretty out in the open with all their dumb stuff.
Okay. So
Could be a ruse.
now, as you guys are saying that, Britt, you are officially. You have walked down the stairs. The stairs are creaking underneath just the weight of your armor and that axe. And you get to the just this old wooden-looking door with a ring handle. That the ring that you pick up and you can just kind of like pull or push in. And the door goes in. I will tell you. But you are standing at the door of the cellar, sir. What do you do?
Open the door. And if it's locked, I'll bust it down.
Okay. So it is. You take your hand, just. Now, do you like slam it open or?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you basically take it and you push it a little
I'm
bit.
assuming I don't know he's dead at this point, so I'm going
You have no idea.
for him.
You have no clue. Yeah.
Yes.
And you slam the door open. It hits one of the casks that was right behind it, and you just hear it just. And you can actually tell that some of the ale starts dripping out of it. You actually crack the cask with the pure force of it. And as you look inside, you step in, axe at the ready. You look and you see the Jarl lying there, dagger in the chest, bleeding. It wasn't the chest that you put it in, Elliot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say left side of the chest, far enough away from the heart not to be an instant kill. Definitely punctured along. And you can see that the barkeep is there. They're essentially they're trying to stop the bleeding, but the dagger is still in.
Do not help this man.
Regardless of regardless of if we think that he may have had a hand in killing the Jarl, he's currently our Jarl. We gotta do something.
You can find another Jarl. There always will be another Jarl.
Is that the shopkeep we're talking to?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, because sometimes your accents sound the same.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying, but.
He
But
does not
you
accent.
really have that one accent down pat.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right. So he kind of ignores those words, and they just kind of go back to trying to keep this guy alive.
Slam the axe to the ground. Stop.
Give me an intimidation check. You are trying to intimidate the shit out of them. All right, and it's going to be a contested roll. Let me get the stat sheet up.
6.
6.
Oh, my foot!
It just slips and hits a rock and just hits another cask and it starts spraying you in the face.
As you do that, you slam it down, and you don't realize that your toe is underneath it. And you slam the axe down on your toe. You say, "Stop!" in a very shrill voice. Very unbecoming and does not really worry them. They just go right back to trying to kind of like, stop the bleeding. Which it does seem that, from the regular onlooker that it's not bleeding as much.
I guess at this point I will move to pull them off.
Okay. So let's see. So when you go up to him, so
not playing necessarily evil, but I was truly, truly dedicated to the Jarl is dead. So
well, if you were that dedicated,
to him,
then
not the
exactly. Then go convince them. What would you like to do, sir?
Before I pull them off. That's a good point. What was the other Jarl's name?
What was his name? No, they never asked names, so I just never told them.
Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
Jakob.
Huh?
Jakob?
Jarl Jakob.
Jarl Jakob.
Absolutely. Yes, Jarl Jakob.
I don't know how to spell that. I figure we're kind of like Norway is.
YHTCUM.
It's YOKUM.
What?
No, what was it? Y.
With the weird little thing.
Y. Y. Oh, no. Y.
Would it be J?
Damn, what did I just say?
Would it be J if it
Oh,
was
oh.
Jarl
Jakob.
Jakob. Yeah, that actually good.
If it's Swedish, Norway,
K-U-M.
KK. JUKK
UM.
Jakob.
Okay.
Jakob.
Jakob, whatever. Okay, cool. So,
Jackham
Jack.
in North Carolina.
Yo, God. Alright, so, go right ahead.
This man murdered Jarl Jakob. Death is too good of a penalty, but it is what he deserves.
How can you say that? How can you say that? I get that you might have served under the Jarl, but we have a man dying, bleeding here. Doesn't he deserve a shred of mercy, even for all the shit he put us through?
Do you really believe that he deserves mercy? He murdered your Jarl, a fair, loving man, and now he rules you with an iron fist. And you deserve that he did, and you think he deserves to live? He didn't murder him fast either. He died slowly, over time.
Give me a persuasion roll. That was very good.
Go ahead and D4 because I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
We'll say that you came.
Oh, are you downstairs?
Okay, some guidance.
We'll say that you came down with him and followed him because you know.
Well, I'm gonna need it because I'm 0 in charisma. 11.
And you got the D4.
That's with the D4.
It's with the D4.
Yes. I'm not rolling the white dice ever again.
Oh, mine's fucking up too. Look at that.
Watch that can.
It's empty.
All right. You ready?
It's empty. Great. Whatever.
You ready for another?
Sorry, had to take that out.
I'll be alright. Drop it on the lightweight now.
I served Joachim in more ways than I can even remember. Dude, not that. Shut up. He was my mentor.
He grabbed wrist control.
He was my friend.
Okay,
And you all are a bunch of assholes.
mood. Go for it, mood. We're back to the mood. Go
Okay,
for it.
okay.
Can't be that much of an asshole when he help a guy up and reach around.
He was a mentor to me. He was my friend. I attended his daughter's wedding and she married my brother. Pretty awkward. But at the same time, I can't just stand here while someone dies. It's not in me blood. My dad never raised me that way. I have to save his life. At least try. Life is precious, of course. some bastards out there need today. And maybe he's one of them. Maybe. But how do we know that he won't change for the better? We don't know. Because those who come close to meeting death, sometimes their life can be changed. And we need to give him that chance.
Papa ponders this while staring at the barkeep. You make a point. I digress. It's probably not what the Jarl would have wanted anyway.
Aye.
Tyrion's coming
At
downstairs.
which point he will go assist the barkeep.
Okay.
Tyrion's coming downstairs now. Hey, what's going on?
I'll follow.
Tyrion sees him over there, like trying to save the Jarl, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing that for?"
Well, remember, guys, we do have someone who could probably help him pretty easily with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, listen, Doc, I understand you serve the Jarl, but I think what the barkeep is saying is true. We can't just let him die like this. Not without a chance of redeeming
At
himself.
this point, Tyrion just like waves his hands, and all of a sudden, up in the air, an illusion of 5,000 torches, people raging, pitchforks in the air, like, yeah, you saved his life. That's what's outside waiting for him. You know it's not going to end well. You should probably let him die here. This is not going to go well for him either way. Mercy is not the best, not the most merciful option.
Still think we should
Well, I have an idea.
Save him to get ripped apart. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go back
If you want
upstairs. Get
If you
my
want to
cranberry
save
juice.
Just
He
take
goes
him
behind the
outside.
bar and pours himself
It's really
cranberry
worth
juice.
saving.
Gotta stay regular.
People will let him save him. People will let him save him if we take him outside. If the people let him, then he lives. Talk about justice. Let's see what the people say.
God, this is so cruel. This dude has been through hell in the past few hours. Oh man, this is like the cruelest thing we could do to him. Why don't you ask him what he wants you to do? Revive him. Ask him if he wants to die.
I'm gonna say I'll fucking heal him. You guys are fucking terrible.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Give me a medicine check to stabilize really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can. Well, I mean, it's automatic stabilization anyway. If you.
Ah, damn it. Oh, I don't have my skill checks here. Okay. Damn, I don't have macros for that. Why did I do that?
Yeah, you didn't put any macros in. That's why I had to kind of fudge stuff when I was playing the character.
No, I have it set to set as a show us
okay.
token action.
What's
Show
your
us
favorite character sheet?
I want to pick up my
What's your
sword.
favorite character sheet?
I guess the
You just
people
put
know.
anything in the character sheet.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to say because you're, obviously you're a cleric. You know exactly what to do to stop the bleeding. You're able to get down there and help them. You are able. Now, let's do this. Give me a medicine check because you need to remove the dagger.
16.
Huh?
16.
Okay.
You run.
As you are.
Insight
You take and you kind of put your hand down on his chest. You take and you grab the hilt of the dagger. As you do, you feel almost like a slight burn. All right, on your hands, and it kind of takes you. You kind of are taken aback and back up. You look at your hand, and there's nothing wrong with it. Do you have gauntlets on, or do you have?
Yeah, gauntlets on.
You have gauntlets on? You felt it through. It didn't necessarily feel like a heat, more as a really quick vibration that made you think it was heat. And you just kind of grab it and really quickly rip it out. You wait for just a second. You see blood just starts to pool and spill and just go everywhere. And you cast your healing spell. Go right ahead, expend the slot. Tell me what it is.
I asked for the sword back. I grabbed the sword from him.
Okay, I cast healing word.
Okay. Yeah, so what, do you hold it up and Elliot grabs it, or what do you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm more focused on healing the guy than actually, see what's going on.
All right. You heal him like he's still really rough. Obviously, he just got stabbed in the chest, but your healing spell mends all the wounds, completely stops the bleeding, brings his HP back up. So he is now just kind of like still gasping, spitting up blood, just kind of spitting it out, and laying there, kind of like weak from everything that's happened. And then after he's been, kind of relaxed down, the barkeep, kind of looks around the room. His eyes meet Elliot's and says, "You did this!"
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here! I never want to see your face in here fucking again. Do you understand me? Leave this place through it and near return.
Guys, can you handle it from here? I've been asked to leave.
Fine, Elliot.
Oh, I'm not asking you to leave. I'm telling you to get the fuck out of my tavern. And near return.
Yeah, we have like a meeting spot that we would meet up. Like, since like, we can't meet up here. Is there like a tavern or something to meet up at?
Yeah. No. So there's just another place. There's another place down the road. It's called the Swallow's Nest. You can definitely go over there.
We'll meet up with you at the Swallow's Nest later.
Yeah, the place is better anyways.
Got him.
The Swallow's Nest.
Swallow's Nest. Oh my god. It just hit me with that. Yeah, okay. All of you shut up.
So, you said the guy's coming too now, right? After I healed him?
Yeah, he's still laying there. He's weak. He's
Good
not
on
gonna
you,
get
buddy.
up or anything for a little while. But the wenches are taking care of him. Barkeep is still kind of shooing Elliot out the door. And so, yeah.
As this is happening,
So,
Tyrael sits alone at the bar and pours himself another cranberry juice. It was a cold day. Where are we at?
Needs carry.
It was a cold day in Neves Carry. Takes a sip of his cranberry juice as Elliot's being shoved out the door. I give up. Smashes the glass and walks out.
All right, what were you saying, Liam?
Oh, I was going to try to talk to the Jarl, but he's probably not coming to for a while. So I'll kind of prop him. Let's start taking care of him. So I'll kind of prop him up, make sure he's got a clear, airway. And I'm going to approach the barkeep. Like, listen. I know that this situation seems bad, but they're good people for the most part. Usually, they need a helping hand to keep them from doing that kind of motion over to the to Jarl. That usually I'm that helping hand. I apologize for what's happened with their establishment, sir.
Give me an insight check as you're saying this to him.
Oh shit, this dude's about to punch him in the face.
Nah.
I hope so.
Dang it, Scott, you're not supposed to say nah.
I'm itching for a fight.
I know you're ready for a fight.
No, it's fine.
What is it?
10.
10. Okay. I understand, but I said what I meant and I meant
Such
what
a
I
vicious
said.
dog.
Elephant's faithful. 100%.
I don't want to ever see him around here ever again.
Well, of course, he stabbed a person in your establishment. I don't resent you or blame you for that at all.
In cold blood.
Of course. Well, this blood looks a little bit warm to me, but yeah.
Kinda cold
Well-
blood, kinda mild.
Kinda like there's people calling for his blood in the streets.
Yeah. So my question, dear sir, is what do we do about those people out there? They want his blood, do they not?
Unfortunately, I don't really know what they want. I've been in here the entire time and just heard things getting smashed, and someone's paying for my fucking window. I'm gonna tell you.
That's what insurance is for.
Prestidigitation.
Insurance? What the fuck is insurance? That'd be mending.
I don't think either of those would work.
Yeah,
for
probably
that.
not, because that's a small item.
Yeah, weddings are like a small, kind of like,
Yeah.
like you break your pencil or something.
Ain't happening. I don't rightly know what they want out there. All I know is I'm staying the hell in here. Something's gotten them riled up, and I'll be damned if it wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if it's fucking this. So that's gonna have to be something that you and your friends are gonna have to take care of.
Alright, make sure he doesn't find another dagger in his chest. I kind of like look at Thok and kind of motion towards the the upstairs and head up that way.
I'll head up that way.
Okay.
After a big middle finger to the Jarl. You think spit on him.
In Britain, it's this. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
You
this.
spit on him?
Yes.
You actually spit on him.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
And
Roll a dexterity check. to see
no, I just gotta see how this guy's gonna react to it. He looks up at.
Spit in his mouth didn't work. Can you shit in his mouth?
All of a
Spit in
sudden,
his mouth?
as you spit, it falls onto his. It falls directly onto where the wound was, where the dagger went through. And the barkeep looks up. Well, he did deserve that. Now get the fuck out of my tavern. Goes back to. Yeah. So you guys turn, and as you turn around, you just kind of like you're trudging out the back door. The ground is still is hard pounded dirt underneath your feet that's been pounded over years and years of carrying big casks up and down the stairs.
Before we go out, we're still in the cellar, right?
You're still in the cellar with Thok and Liam. Yes, Tyrael and Elliot have gone outside. Well, Elliot got
we
pushed.
hear when we hear this entire we hear this entire conversation, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
there.
you do. Yes.
Okay. Well, as I'm stepping out, I'm stepping out to leave. But as I'm stepping out, I basically take my claws, primal savagery, and I break open another casket of mead, wine, whatever alcohol he has, and I shape water, and I just shape it into a ball, and I have it following me. And I was like, well, thanks for the drink. And I head out, and I have a whole casket of ale just literally floating right here beside me. And I was like, because I'm gonna offer it to my other patrons.
As you're walking upstairs, you walk out first, and the barkeep says, "Soldier." He's gonna fucking pay me for that.
I toss him a gold piece. And walk away. With our arm.
And he just
Can I see Corin do that?
huh?
Can I see Corin just like, steal ale from this guy?
Absolutely, yes.
Corin, put it back.
He already broke the
I'm
cask.
afraid it's already been paid for. And I line up and I shape it even more into like a glass-like figure, and I push it towards our party members and equal.
No, I shove it away. Corin, give the man. You can't just steal ale from this guy. I worked hard to try
paid
to
for
make
it.
As he says
It's
that,
paid for.
his portion of the drink falls on his armor. It falls on
Well,
Darius's armor.
it happened like this. So as you push it, as you push it towards him, he immediately just instinctively pushes his hand, kind of like to push it away. And as he does, his hand goes directly through it, and it just spills all over and drips.
Yes,
all over.
love it.
Nice, Corin. Nice.
And I'm guessing the rest drink theirs.
Yes.
Yeah. So it has been paid for though, even though he was being a douchebag. Yes.
Okay, you did pay for it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no. Thok actually threw a gold piece, and that's enough for the cask. It wasn't a big.
Okay, perfect. Alright, awesome. Alright, I'm fine then. You know, it'd be really hard to be the one
If we ever do an evil hit, then I'll have so much trouble. So I have a hard time being evil.
Oh,
I have no hard time being an
Yeah,
evil douche.
I can do
I told you we can do an evil one shot sometime. But anyway, so let's keep things rolling. Elliot, you are pushed out by by one of the wenches. They're shooing you out, and you get out the door. All of a sudden, you hear like just this. You're actually pushed into 3 or 4 other citizens, and you just kind of bumble into them, turn around, and the crowd in the area is just irate, loud, screaming. Whoa, one down, all of us to go. One down, all of us to go. And you just keep hearing that pounding in your ears. You guys have something big on your hands. You have, assisted 3 factions in overcoming the cultists of Zargon in Synodicia. But you have not ever dealt with a giant crowd, just a giant mob of people. You see houses that are beginning to be burned. You are seeing, children sitting on the side of the street getting kicked around, or as people are running by. It is a mess out there. Soldiers, you can see them trying, and they're not just. Now it's to the point where they're not just, hey, please, they're not saying, hey, we order you to stop. They're begging and pleading these citizens to stop what they're doing. It's not you can tell in the soldiers' eyes now, it is not about, they're not about protecting the Jarl anymore because they figured there was something wrong anyway. It is more, they gotta keep the peace. They gotta get this thing quelled quick, or this city will burn.
I want to help first of all, you see the kids. I want to go and kind of put myself in between the mob and the kids.
You're not out yet, so this is just Tyrael and Elliot. You are currently outside. Now you can go back inside, or you can immediately take action. You could. There's a couple things you could do. You could take time to plan with the party, or you could jump into action. It depends on what your characters would do. But
sorry guys. Again, Elliot is one of his one of his bonds is he protects the kids at all costs. So seeing that is definitely going to set him in not enraged, but definitely wants to protect them. So I'm going to be rushing to the kids, and while I do that, I'm going to use my last 3rd level spell for Skywrite, and say, y'all captured, stop burning the damn town.
Okay. So you use your, as you kind of aim your hands up towards the sky and begin crafting your words in the air. Stop burning the damn town. You make it look great, and it's very apparent. It's actually spanning from one building to the other, just so anyone who looks up could see it. But the mob continues. You continue to get pushed around as people...
Who has a lightning? You have lightning call, don't you? Elliot?
Yeah, call lightning.
You got call lightning? Okay. So Tyrael kind of just walks behind you, and he's like, get ready to call lightning. And he kind of steps back in the door, out of the view of the crowd, and looks around to see how many people are in the tavern still. Is there a bunch of people?
There's about 7 or 8 people in the tavern, and they're, like I said, they're kind of staying away from the door because they see what's going on outside.
It's all right, guys. I'm gonna try something to make this better. Just continue your drinking and such. So Tyrael then casts, prepares Major Image, and he steps out the door and says, "Hey, run out the back! and then all of a sudden he releases the major image to like he's running out of the like the Jarl is running out of the alleyway beside the building and starts running down the street, and he goes, "Elliot, get him!"
Object or creature or some visible.
Oh, it can do,
form,
yeah,
large
it can
into
do,
a cube.
Major image is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's completely real. Sound, smells, and temperature appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're within range of the illusion, you can use your action, cause damage. Okay, give me different words than like. You need to get these people's attention a little bit more than he's coming out the back. What do you say to these people to catch their attention and let them know that the person that they believe murdered their Jarl is now within their grasp?
What was that?
Man, anybody got any ideas? I'm drawing a blank.
So he just said, hey, he's running out the back. Like, you got this angry mob there, right? In the middle of the street, tearing shit up. And he says, he's running out the back. Those words don't really, like, grab the people's attention that are in the area and make them think, oh, yeah, the Jarl is actually here and within my grasp. Even though the image would help. The image would help, right?
I got an idea.
Just get... Go ahead.
Okay, let me know when I get outside. 'Cause
I
actually,
use,
Yeah, you're outside. You're fine.
Okay, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
It's like a, so I'll read it out. So, the intent is to press strong emotions in a group of people, each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose, within range with a person saving throw. A creature that can choose to make it to fail it, blah, blah, blah. You can suppress an effect causing her to be charmed or frightened, or alternatively, you can make a target indifferent by creatures of your choice that is hostile towards. The indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell where it witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
That sounds like something that could bring battle to a halt, honestly. That's interesting.
It's a level 2 spell, too.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, now, what's the radius on that?
It's 20 feet. It's like a 20-foot sphere. I can choose
square.
I can choose like the epicenter of it.
Okay, so you've got Tyrael. You are. Go ahead and just give me a performance check, and I'll see how your words resonate with these people and if they catch it. Because it's more about, you know, you're trying to perform and make them think, hey, get their attention and say, hey, listen, here he is. But while you're waiting on that, performance check.
Well, Tyrael will run up to the guys at the head of the actual crowd, the ones like right in front of him,
Okay.
and say, "We lost him inside. We don't know where he went." And then with the major image, he'll make like actual like a popping sound in the general direction he's running out, so that some people will look that way. If enough people see it, then they'll start yelling, you know, like crowd pack tactics, I guess. Like if one person sees it and starts moving that way, a herd mentality.
Herd mentality. Is what you're going for. Okay. Give me a performance check. Let me see how it resonates.
Tyrael, are you headed that way too?
Yeah, he's gonna start running after him.
I'm gonna assist Tyrael at this point, and if that helps.
Okay, so I think that what you're going for is Tyrael is trying to convince them that he is running, that the Jarl is running away through a back alley. He's making a sound and doing a major image
No,
to
he's
show
out of the back alley and ran.
out of the back alley. Ran. Oh, got out of the back alley.
Yeah, out of the back.
And then Elliot, if you wanted to assist him, how would you assist him?
Well, I'm going to be running that same direction. I'm following Tyrael's lead and kind of pointing and trying to direct the crowd, you know, wherever Tyrael's trying to direct them.
That's acceptable. Give me a advantage.
Alright, well, I got a 19 on the first one. Let's see if I can get a
That's
nat 20.
good enough.
Well, I want to see if I can get a nat 20.
Okay, no.
buddy.
Nat 20's only working better.
Oh, there's a nat 20 on the second one. Nope. Okay.
Was it?
No, the second one wasn't a nat 20, but... Oh, no, my first one was at advantage. Never mind, sorry. I already did the 2 rolls. 19.
Cool. So 19. So as you're, you go up to a group of like 2 or 3 people. These are farmers that of course they've been just jerked around by this Jarl for too long, and they're just irate. You see one holding a torch and a burlap sack, and he's about to burn it when you come up and you say it, and they hear the pow, and you tell Elliot to run after him. He runs after him. All of a sudden, they just hit this way. Okay, so the 3 of them start taking off after. Liam, where are you casting that spell? Tell me what you're doing with that spell.
Yeah, I'm basically looking. So, how close are Elliot? Are you dealing with the kids and the people yelling at them, or is that you got that, or do you need to focus on that?
No, I hopefully ushered them to a safe spot, but
you have not done anything for the kids yet because you are assisting Tyrion.
I thought there was some time in between. I was just assuming. But
this is like very short period.
That's okay.
Well, are there any guards near the kids?
Getting the crowd away from the kids would be ideal.
So,
there's a couple spaces where there are guards near kids, but they're not paying attention to the kids particularly. They're just trying to calm the crowd.
I want to approach kind of one that looks, I guess, the most senior, and I'm going to say, listen, I can get them to calm down, but I can only do it a couple of times. I need your help to help bring order back.
Right? And this is one of the guards you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing this? How do you think we can calm this down? They're tearing this place apart.
My wooden symbol, what you call it, the like blue infinity symbol. Can I give him a knowing nod?
A cleric. What do you need me to do?
Listen, I can calm a group of them at a time, but I can't do it forever. I'm going to run out a favor. I can make your job a bit easier, but I need you to be ready to get the pockets of people I can't calm down with Michigal's help, okay?
I'm not going to be able to do this alone. I'm going to need a minute to get at least 2 guards with me. But
absolutely, yeah. So yeah.
And as you guys are talking, these people are just pushing by and screaming, one down, the rest of us to go, and just like now, you didn't even realize Molotovs were a real thing back in these days, but they are putting rags into bottles of liquor and just lighting it up, shink, and all of a sudden it just it hits right on one of the buildings next to the guard, right behind where you guys are, and you both duck down. All right, I'm on it. Rendezvous here in 2. All right.
Gotcha.
So he breaks off to go and try to rustle up at least a couple of guards to help, pushing through the crowd. Let's see. Thuck and Corin. You guys have been pretty quiet. What are you guys doing?
Well, we went over back, didn't we? Are we all together?
You're now outside. You now step out. Let's just say that you guys now step out of. You all of a sudden see Tyrael cast the spell. Elliot takes off around a corner. You saw Liam kind of pushing, and all of a sudden you saw his hand on a guard, and kind of try to talk to him, and just chaos. A Molotov splashing on the building.
Well, after I heard he's going out the back, I kind of saw their thought about their plan. I was readying a spell to summon another creature a hooded creature to push through the crowd, and literally be another sacrificial scapegoat run out the back. But before I could execute it, all that stuff transpired. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
so I'm just standing there at the moment.
I will go over to Liam if we're the old soldier mates and ask what's going on. What's going on, Liam?
Listen, do you remember how I calmed those soldiers down when they were fighting each other back when we were in the military?
I do.
I could do it again here, but I need a couple of guards to kind of help keep order. It's not going to get everyone, but I can get crowds of people at once.
I will go with the other guards to try and to try and find more help to help. I'm hoping that maybe my face is recognizable from being a soldier of the previous Jarl that everybody loves.
With that beard, I'm sure it is.
So, what I want you to do is I want you to give me a perception check. This is essentially what I'm looking at doing is I'm
20.
20? Okay. Well, what 20 plus your modifier?
16 plus 4, 20.
16 plus 4, so that's 20. Alright, so it's very good. So as you're kind of like, after you speak to Liam, you know, you have his hand on his shoulder, you nod your head in approval, look around, and you actually see a couple of retired veterans that you served with on the battlefield. And they are in the mix, in the crowd, you know, just chanting and raising hell. One of them actually, takes a wagon and says, "Flip it!" And so it's this giant wagon full of hay that this farmer has been, working on all week to get harvested, and he's getting ready to take it to market. Now you have, these veterans that you served with, trying to get a group of people to tip it over.
I will go over and put a hand to stop them from their brothers. We have to stop doing this. There must be order. You know this.
Okay, so you are in a crowd of people who are absolutely flipping a pretty shit, trying to, essentially wreck things and riot. All right. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw. The reason is because he's going to actually turn around and swing at you.
Oh, fuck.
17.
Now, this is a knee-jerk reaction. He's a veteran, and he put his hand on his shoulder, and 17?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a sec. I got his stats here. Okay. Alright. He definitely misses. That was an 11. So, as he, all of a sudden you come up and you are about to utter, you're uttering, you're saying that, and you put your hand on his shoulder. All of a sudden, it instinctively lifts up his arm, right? Just kind of goes, phoom, pushes yours away, swings, and you are able to kind of, just gracefully dodge out of the way. And as he recoils from his, Fuck, what the hell are you doing here?
I came to find the Jarl's murderer. He will be tried. He is guilty. Oh, what is going on is not what Jarl Yakum would have wanted. And you know this.
But you don't understand! You have no idea what we've gone through! You haven't been here, you haven't seen it. These farmers are starving. They can't grow their crops. We're getting no support.
But we can get them support starting now. And if we burn everything to the ground, it will solve nothing. They will still be starving. After it's all burnt, we must restore order.
Alright, he's still in the herd mentality. Give me a persuasion check. Because you're really trying to persuade him now. Yeah, I know. And you have, what charisma?
10.
10. Yeah, there you go. This could be interesting.
12.
12? He rolled like shit.
Oh!
He got a freaking 6. Okay, so, as you're saying that, he kind of, looks at you. Just your eyes meet, and you just feel that all of a sudden, you feel just you almost just see his face melt into oh my god, what have I just done? He kind of puts his hand on your shoulder, leans over and says, "What the hell have I been doing?" You're right.
We can fix this, brother.
And he's absolutely beside himself because, this is a war veteran. He has served, under the Jarl. He's killed, but he's killed for the right reasons. And now he is sitting here demolishing a town in his mind for what he has just realized. is no reason whatsoever. All right. And he is kind of like, all of a sudden scurries around. He's got his two other buddies there. And they literally kind of whip around as he grabs one shoulder. Give me a second here, because he's going to try to grapple him. 15, and he has... Oh, he grapples him all right. So all of a sudden, like he goes over to one of his buddies, puts his hand on his shoulder as they're trying to lift the cart and flip it over. And, his buddies whips around. He actually gets his arm caught underneath his and literally just like starts choking him, right? And all of a sudden his eyes soften and he's just like snapped back into reality when he realizes that he had just tried to choke out his friend. And so you hear some word, you see them exchanging words, and all of a sudden they kind of go to the other friend, and they try to start calming people down, but it's very, very slow process. Now, they're doing that. Anything else you want to do before we move on to somebody else?
I'll just keep trying to help them.
Just keep trying to calm people down. Perfect.
I can't write letters in the sky.
Huh?
I can't write letters
Yeah,
in the
you
sky.
can't. You can't write cool shit in the sky. No. Okay, so let's go really quick flashback over to Elliot and Tyrael. Tyrael, you got a group of guys start running after, following Elliot's lead. Elliot, you are running behind through the alleyway where that loud sound that Tyrael manifested was. What are you doing?
At this point, I'm going to start looking for the next alleyway. And I'm going to start, fake getting super tired. I'm going to, lean up against the wall and start heaving like I'm going to vomit. And I just keep the hand going forward. And then I'm just going to kind of, get out of the crowd because I don't want to get trampled on. But I would like to hopefully know one of the alleyways to get back to the rest of the group.
Okay, so what I'm going to give you is I want to challenge your creativity here. Okay, so you go through the alleyway, you turn the corner. Obviously, you're looking for another alleyway. These guys are following you, and I will say that you can hear them. It's hard, but you can hear that there are people that are following Tyrael's instructions. Okay, you're out of sight. You took a left to the back of the buildings. What can you do to convince them that they're actually chasing someone as you lean up against the wall, heaving? That way! You gotta do something else to convince them. I just,
Well, I just assume that if, are they actually following me?
You're leading the charge, as far as they're concerned.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Right, you're leading the charge against something that's not even there.
No, it is there. The image is still there.
Oh, the image is still there?
We're literally just chasing the image, and he's making it... He's making it stay steps ahead of us. Like, he's weaving through the town trying to corral people.
Gotcha.
Okay, so basically, Tyrael's plan is to kind of, get the outliers and kind of get everybody into, a general area, maybe back to the town commons or something, as many people as possible.
You're trying to more or less corral people with their fury.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually.
I mean... It's something right now.
It worked on a few guys. So obviously they can easily make it keep going. How far away can that image go?
Well, he's attempting to keep up.
Because I guess you are following the guys in Elliot. Right?
Let's see.
And is it a concentration? Because you're going to be hauling boogie.
I don't know if that matters with concentration unless I actually fall or something.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Wait, let me just make sure.
Depends on how far you run, though. I would say that a loss of stamina and you getting really winded is pretty much akin to getting punched in the face.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how far away it can go from me. Appropriate, particular, as long as you're within range of the illusion, within range, you can use your actions, make the appearance. Okay, so it can be up to 120 feet away from me.
It's good range.
But, it can be further away from me, but I have to be within 120 feet to actually make it move and make it make sound and everything. So
Okay.
as he runs through the next alleyway, like Tyrion's kind of just gonna like make it. Okay, so basically, I know this area of town by now, right? Like this small section that we're in from here to the Jarl's Palace.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. But you know it well enough. I will say that you'll know well enough. Yeah.
Because Tyrion's basically he's going to run into an alleyway while the Jarl runs around the building and kind of just like gives him a second to rest, and then he just continues like, ah!
Okay. So,
But
what?
basically, what he's trying to accomplish here is the Jarl. I can make him make sound, and I know what the Jarl sounds like.
But you're basically
I can
just
make it
making the
yell.
Jarl and making it look like they're chasing after the Jarl. I get that.
But I can make him yell too,
Sure. Okay.
and I can make him like yell, "I didn't do it! It wasn't me!" and stuff like that to try to get attention of more people as he's running by crowds and everything. Just trying to like, corral, and then
Now, is Major Image one of those where if you get up really close to it, you can tell it's an image?
yes, if they take an
Or
action.
anything?
What's that?
So that's why I'm trying to like,
What's that, Elliot?
Is there any crates and stuff in the street that would cause obstacles?
Absolutely. In
Or more
fact,
confusion?
a lot of them have been tossed around. You see barrels that are busted open with apples and leaks kind of pouring out of them. Oh, yeah, I'm going to Skyrim on this.
I'm gonna coming to a stop here. I'm gonna cast Gust a few feet, 30 feet ahead. Start making shit fall into the street just to kind of add to the chaos.
Okay, so now are you doing this where the Jarl is running?
Yeah, trying to make it look like he's like
Pushing
Backing
things
shit out,
over
totally.
and stuff. I'm gonna tell you that would be really hard because remember you are literally casting, and people can see, especially if they're running behind you, they can see that you are actually casting Gust of Wind.
Well, that's fair. It is a semantic piece of it. So that's fair.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm just trying to make it make sense. Now, if you were able for like if it was Tyrael using his magic hand to push over the stuff, or something like that. If you could think of something else that you'd like to do, no. I mean, if you could think of something else that would that may work, then I'm all ears.
Well, I mean, I was slowing down, so I was just looking, like leaning over around the alleyway. It would give me some time to do it, but
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
If I'm surrounded, then
No, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do because it's just a really cool idea, and I really like it. We can actually work around it a little bit. So remember, you're not just running straight. You're weaving through alleyways, kind of chasing this, Jarl, right? So you have that split second of time, or a couple seconds, where you're far enough ahead of them. Give me a dexterity. Give me a dex check. I want to see how well you're running, because that would actually.
then
Because if you're not running well,
if I could, while I'm doing that, I wouldn't mind hiding behind a crate so people don't quite see it.
sure.
Hold on, I'm locked up. Let me get the X. There we go.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see how far ahead of these guys are staying. Because if you can stay 1 or 2 seconds ahead of them, then you can get around a corner, cast your spell, and make it look like, he's like throwing shit down or something.
What kind of terrain is it?
What kind of terrain?
Yeah.
This is dirt streets.
16.
16? Alright, so you're able to... Yeah, you're plowing through, you're doing good. You didn't stop and like you said you were going to do. You just kept on running to keep up the the mirage or illusion. And as you kind of like take a left-hand turn and come back to the street, where there's an area where once you take a right, you can go back down to down the street where the crowd is still rioting and into another alleyway. As you turn right and get onto that street where you have a straightaway, there's barrels and there's a couple of barrels as well as some crates and a very heavy-looking sign that looks like it's on its last leg, sitting above or hanging above some of those barrels and crates. And in a split-second decision, you say, you know what? I'm going to use this to my advantage. You cast Gust of Wind. The sign goes, breaks off, falls onto the crates, and they begin to topple and roll. And as the guys come around the corner and shoot by you, you're not running right now, they shoot by you, okay? They see the barrels kind of fall down, and it looks to them, he's trying to keep us from catching up to him. Go around the left, I'll go to the right. And they take off, and they keep going after him. Tyrael, give me a dex check, because I need to see how you're keeping up, too. I'll tell you what, though.
How can an old man keep up?
Do this for me, Tyrael. Because this makes it interesting. Roll a d20 and call either high or low. Obviously, we're doing a luck check.
Sweet. I like that.
DCC luck check. I'm throwing it in there.
Alright, I'm gonna go high. 20.
Alright, cool. All of a sudden, as you are
He critted that.
kind of like running, trying to keep up, you feel as if your heart's just pounding so fast that you won't be able to, keep going very much longer. All of a sudden, your eyes dilate, you look towards the ground, you stop for a second, and you feel just this aura, this feeling come from the top of your head all the way down through your body, a warmth, and as it comes down to your legs, your legs are severely invigorated and they are ready to run. Give me a dex check, but you get advantage on it. This is that little thing that you made up for Tyrael.
Okay. Dex check. So that's 17.
17? Mm-hmm. You are able to keep right in lockstep with these guys and stay far enough behind them to where they don't know anything about you focusing on your image. So you are able to keep straight up with them.
Sweet.
You are doing very good. Yep.
So he is basically weaving the image through alleyways and stuff, kind of around the main crowd.
Okay.
And having him yell, "I didn't do it, no!" and
How long does that stay up?
And for concentration or 10 minutes.
And it's not just the 3 people anymore. It is now a group of 5, a group of 6 that are seeing them chasing after him. You're seeing it snowball into a group so far of 8 people chasing after him. All right, we are going to go back to Liam and Thought. You guys are kind of in the fray. Corin, you're still kind of just there in the area. So you're in their area, so what would you all like to do? Let's start with Corin first.
I'm just watching as a lot of this doesn't pertain to my main mission that I was originally on. So I'm just here and helping out the party that's originally helped me at the start of my mission. So if they need help, I'm there. If not, since this doesn't, because I've been getting messages from my main guy saying, "What are you doing? This isn't what I sent you out here for."
Okay. Yeah. Nope. Fair enough. Okay, so you just kind of want to hang out and see.
I'm just hanging out, and if opportunity presents itself where I can help the people that originally abandoned me in my quest, so be it, as I am traveling with them.
Okay, no, fair enough. So yours kind of, right now, you're just hanging back. Obviously, you're seeing them all running around like chickens with their head cut off, trying to kind of corral people and calm them down. So Liam and Thok, let's start with you, Liam. Okay, all of a sudden, enough time has passed to where you have 4 guards come just pushing through the crowd, coming back. All right, what's the plan? And they all kind of huddle with you.
I got to point to a kind of an epicenter of these guards, or of these riders. I'm trying to calm them down, okay? I need you guys to help spread that around.
Spread the calm around. Where are you going to be casting it?
And like I said, I kind of point towards like a more of a condensed group of people together, kind of riding.
Okay, what we'll do is they kind of know the area you're going to be doing it. We'll head over to that area. Maybe we'll get caught in the crossfire of the spell, but we'll try to, show everybody that's around still riding that these people are calming down. We'll see what we can do.
Is it metagaming to ask him about that spell?
Ask about what spell?
The calm.
Well, you're not around him, so you can't do anything anyway. So yeah, sure, go ahead and ask him.
I mean, I just want to know about the Darius. What is that?
I posted in chat in Roll20 chat.
Okay, so let me see. Transmute. That's Druidcraft. That's not. There we go. Okay, range 60 feet. Calm emotions. All right.
Okay, this is gonna be a crowd of people.
And that's a level 2 spell. And you have how many times would you be able to cast that?
I mean, if I can do 4 if I have to. No, sorry, 3. I can do 3 times. I can't upcast it. Okay. Just like a heavy upper upcasting it.
Give me a second here. Okay, we're gonna say, because I didn't prepare any stats for the people in the crowd.
When that spell wears off, they just get angry again.
We're gonna say that they have a +1 to charisma, just as farmers and salespeople. I'm just gonna say on average, this group will have a +1 to charisma.
Okay, well, they have to make a charisma saving throw.
Exactly, that's what I was kind of getting at for you. So give me a second. Let me think for a second. Okay, because this is a group of people who's doing it. Alright. What I'm going to do... Alright, I'm going to divide them into 4 different sections. No. Two different sections of this 20 foot. 10 foot, 10 foot. Okay? And each one's going to have their own check. What do they need to be?
13.
13?
15.
Oh, 15? Okay, so as you cast your spell, you see the guards just kind of like pushing their way through the crowd, scurrying. It's almost as if everything has just come to a head. The chaos is just getting more and more, like it's just building and building. And they're just kind of pushing their way through, and all of a sudden you just take your hand back, throw your hand forward, and just say your prayer, to cast your spell. And all of a sudden, you see this just green sheet, kind of like, almost like an aurora borealis, float above the crowd, and drop down quickly, and you see just this green, kind of plume come up a little bit, almost like gas, I guess is what you would say, but it kind of dissipates, right? And after that happens, you can see that all of a sudden, you can see that the people in that area, the heads start moving a little less. Because remember, you're casting it a little farther away. You still got rioters in between you and them. Unless you're casting it right next to you. Are you casting it right next to you?
No. I was kind of going for a more centered area.
An epicenter. So you still got rioters in there, but all of a sudden you see people moving less and less, slower and slower. And you have the guards kind of, are while they were pushing their way through, all of a sudden the noise drops. And none of them passed. So the entire 20-foot radius.
Oh wow!
None of them. Well, it was only 2 rolls, half and half. So.
Oh
yeah. So they did not pass. And you have a 20-foot radius of people that are calm. And now you have the guards around the area starting to talk to the ones who are rioting. See, look, everything's okay. Right? And I'll figure out a check for them to persuade those people around in just a minute. Anything, Thok, you are still with your buddies, right? Yeah. They are starting little by little to calm people. There's only been 3 or 4 people that have actually been calmed down by this, aside from your buddies. So it's a very slow process. What do you like? You could look back and see what's going on. You could stay focused on your mission. What would you like to do?
They're seeing the spell go off. I'm trying to keep calming people down. I was trying to point to them and look. they're stopping, trying to get them to come to some sort of sense.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
That's fine. Yeah, just give me a performance check just to see how well it's going and everything. And that'll be good.
Oh, not the white dice.
I know. Isn't it great how I show you these charisma rolls when you're anti-charisma?
I dropped it on the dog's butt, so I'm going to have to use the white dice.
No, that actually gives you advantage. No.
14.
14. Okay, 14's fine. So you're doing a good job. You're able to calm down at least 3 or 4 people, every minute. So you guys are, you're seeing that the commotion is coming down. All right. Now on your side, you guys on the other hand, everything is kicking up because obviously they're chasing after the son of a bitch that killed their dog, as far as they're concerned, right? So let's flashback really quick to you guys. So you're coming towards the center of the town. You're coming towards that area that you wanted to direct them to. Elliot, you're right behind him. Okay, they're all in front of you now. Okay, what do you guys do?
Well, I mean, Tyrael is going to make him weave through a few more alleyways, and then he's just going to release the spell and he's going to disappear. So it's going to be like they lost him. And he's going to run them into the center of town, because I'm guessing that's about where Liam is casting his stuff.
No, because Liam's in front of the tavern. They didn't
how
go
far
very
is that
far.
from the town?
So you
Like,
guys,
I was going for the more congested area. Like I was trying to.
the whole area's been congested. But I'd say the center of town, people kind of flooded from there, going into this, kind of walking down towards the tavern. So I'll just say that right now you can get to a congested area, right? If you want to.
Yes.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Okay.
And you use Dissipate the spell?
Oh yeah, it runs around the corner and dissipates, and Dara's just like, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? We lost him. He's around here somewhere.
Okay. And all of a sudden these guys just trudge up. Where the fuck did he go? We're gonna get that bastard.
I think he might have ran into the crowd.
To the crowd! Alright, I'm just gonna say that you give it down. Okay, so, alright, so here's where we're at, guys. So we're at a point where we're at 10:15. We only have about 45 minutes left maximum, okay? So you guys have already started calming down the crowd, alright? We could...
That we incited.
That you incited. Yes, you incited all of this, you bastards. So I'm trying to think. So is the plan to continue calming everyone down, or is the plan to? I mean, what do you guys want to do now? I mean, your immediate goal was to just calm everybody down. Obviously, that's happening. It's very, very slow. I can fast forward to them all being calmed down, or.
Instead of that, why don't you just leak the Baji that we have and just kill everybody with it?
You can't kill everyone with that little vial of Baju.
It takes a long time to kill a Baju.
Travis, he's still got that damn Baju. He's still got it. He's used a little bit of it. He hasn't used much of it, but he's got it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, no.
I was telling Travis. Okay. Give me just 1 minute to think.
Yeah.
You got 60 seconds. Go.
Yeah, give me just 1 minute to think.
That is a minute.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. No, Bear, it's me.
He got the bear. Lay down. That was just Scott. That wasn't the door. Bear. You should have known better.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Go lay down. Go.
Yeah.
Go lay down. Hey, go lay down. Hey, go lay down.
Bear. Lay down.
Okay. Alright. So. As this is happening. I am a fucked up individual. I love this. Okay. So as this is happening, the crowd starts calming down, but there's still those rioters coming out.
Watch the beating.
All of a sudden, you start hearing the crowd start yelling, but the direction shifts. It changes. They're not yelling violently in every direction. And there's some calm spots, obviously, from where you guys have been doing good work. Well, you guys have been riling it up, but that's okay, right? But all of a sudden, all of the yelling turns towards the tavern. People start screaming, "Bastard! Killer! Murderer!" You look up, and you see Jarl Wilhelm slowly walking towards, or off on the roof, towards the edge, and looking down at everyone. And everyone just starts yelling and screaming, throwing stuff at him, and he's kind of like bats it away as it comes up. People are throwing sticks and just like items that can't, like pitchforks and stuff, that it's high enough to where they can't actually get them up there. They're too weak. They're farmers who cry out.
They really are poor farmers.
Yeah.
Not a crossbow in the bunch.
Not a crossbow in the damn bunch. It's like, well, it's a flash mob. So they didn't really say, hey, let's go ahead and get all our guns or weapons, right? And so they're sitting there throwing stuff at him. And he all of a sudden he has both of his hands kind of down at his side, and you can't really see him as he's walking up. "I'm not to blame!" And as he coughs, just like you can see just speckles of blood flying down at the crowd, and it hits him in the face, and there's like, "Ah, bastard, you need to die!" Right? And as he steps forward a little farther, "I'm not, but Insul is. He killed your Jarl. To North's Edge. That's where you'll find the bastard." And they keep screaming, "Ah!" He's throwing more stuff at him. "But one thing you won't get is me." He takes a dagger out, puts it up to his throat, slides it clear across. And as he does, you can see the dagger just slip deeper and deeper into his throat as it separates, and blood just starts pouring. And you can tell halfway through, his face looks like, "Oh, this is a bad idea." But he continues and throws the dagger and falls. Now, when he falls, he doesn't just fall flat. He makes sure that his head is aiming down. And as he falls, his head hits the ground first, snaps the neck to the side, and falls over in a pile of bloody mulch.
Nice.
Alright, so no healing word.
Problem solved. Alright, yes. North Edge?
I gotta speak with them prepared if we want to talk to them.
Wait, you want to talk to what?
I said I gotta speak with them prepared if we want to talk to them.
Oh, let's bring him back for another killing.
And with that, let's just say that with that, after the next few minutes, the crowd tends to calm down. Let me change the music to something a little less intense here. Let's go to night travel. I like night travel a lot. Night travel. Okay. So we will say that obviously he's dead. People kind of walk over, spit on him. It turns out that the mangled corpse of what once was Jarl Wilhelm, from what everyone in town can see, he's gotten his just desserts. He has gotten what he deserves, or what they believed he deserved. But from what you guys know, he caused a lot of trouble in the town, and so it's while it's still kind of
Do we actually know how he
bittersweet.
died, though?
Huh?
He fell down and his neck.
Oh, he slit his throat. Yeah, he literally slit his throat with a dagger.
Was something driving him to do that? That's what I'm wondering. Or did he do this of his own free will?
Liam's got a great spell for that. Just say it.
I mean, as long as his head's like well, let's see. I think it does get my caveat.
I would say that you could probably do something to.
As long as he has a mouth, as long as his mouth is still there.
Yeah, because you don't need like the throat or anything. I think you can even do a severed head. You can still talk to the dead.
Yeah, because that's all you need, isn't it?
His mouth.
It just needs to have a mouth.
So,
That's all you need. Give me a second.
you know, the crowd continues to give their last rites, and after about 15 minutes, it dissipates. You know, everyone kind of like starts going back. You have kids crying in the street that are being picked up by their mothers and carried back to their homes. You have shop owners who were staying inside throughout this incited violence that you bastards caused. You know, they were they're out there cleaning. They're trying to kind of pick back up where they left off and make sure that they are able to continue with their day, which it's now getting close to late midday. The sun kind of getting ready to set. We're not late midday, but it's close to dusk. It's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and a mist kind of like comes over the area. A mist that isn't even wasn't even supposed to be there. It's almost like the sweat of these individuals just evaporated, and now it's floating there. Stop playing footsie.
No, I'm playing easy.
No footsie during D&D. All right, so the crowd's dissipated. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, are we still there? I was like, while they're calming down, we should leave.
To north edge. North.
Yeah, we need to go hunt them down. And
Yeah, because I could care less about the girl. I mean, I tried to kill him in ale, so I'm
Hey
just
guys, all our
going with
problems
this.
are solved.
And again, we
Let's
already
go.
knew this, that this was all like kind of because he told us all this before.
Mm-hmm.
But now he told the masses,
So he told the masses. Yeah.
so we won't be the only one after the going to North Edge. So maybe we'll meet some new players. Maybe Q will join us.
Well, we got to keep it to we got to keep it. We're at 5 now. I wouldn't go above 6 for right now, because 7 and 8 was pretty heavy. So 6 is good.
Yeah.
So one additional player would be okay. But, yeah, I saw Travis's face. He's like, oh, 7. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was rough. It was rough. So 6 is the max that we're gonna go for right now.
We got 4 10 to 11-year-olds on Saturday.
I know. By the way, Travis, just a side note, Britt actually is hosting a game for kids, and so my daughter's in it. It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. So we're playing Saturday. They're playing Saturday.
Nice.
Go Britt! All right. So
Yes, mimics everywhere.
obviously, now you guys talk
We'll
amongst
be able to
yourselves
somewhere.
as to what you guys would like to do.
So I'm thinking I can cast Speak with Dead, and I can go and tell us more about. I forgot what was the name of the person you said he's old with. Yeah, I can get him to elaborate on that. With Speak with Dead. But I think I get 5 questions. I think 5 questions. Yeah. So we get 4. I want to ask that one. Do we have any other questions you want to ask him?
We need to. So North Edge is where.
Oh, by the way, even if you ask them, they can still lie.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
hoping
unless
that,
someone has
he
zone of
remembers me
truth.
as a person who helped save his life and tried to keep him calm, or try to be rational about it. So hopefully he doesn't lie to me like a dick. But we'll find out.
What's in
Can you see
North
me?
Edge?
I think ideally you probably wouldn't be around. No offense.
Like I said,
Yeah, and after. So you can't
Because
see
from his perspective,
You stuck a dagger in his chest. I think if he saw you there, he wouldn't say shit. Yeah.
from his perspective, I came in like talk rationally.
I don't know.
killed him.
Obviously, the guy wanted to die. I mean, he killed himself, so he was just helping him.
We
Look,
kind of
you guys that said it right,
to
so yeah,
die.
cool with that.
We did that.
It's like assisted suicide.
So
We just showed him that he wanted to die.
Honestly, it's probably
himself.
It's like we pulled the plug.
For you guys, and I'll talk
It's
about
like we were just
myself. I think
texting. You should
people
kill
be
yourself.
around.
You do the world.
Wait. Hold on. Liam was saying something. What was that? Liam?
No, I'm saying I think I'll just confirm you guys and see what questions you want to ask and what information you want, and I'll just talk to him by myself because any of you being around is probably gonna piss him off.
I will write down the questions.
So I want to know more information about the name he said. I want to know about any co-conspirators that we could probably tap for more information, or somebody we could get more information from.
And we want to know about Nizul's forces in Northwatch.
So the forces in Northwatch or North Edge,
Nazul?
Nizul himself.
Isn't that the name of the rat people from Final Fantasy XI?
Ask them,
Nazul Isles?
Oh, Nizul, yeah, that's what that is.
Ask him his role with
No, that's not
the cultists with
Yeah,
Zargon
isn't
in the
it
desert.
the rat people?
Okay,
No, they're-
So
Little
that's
mouse?
he's the one that was.
yeah, they're-
He's the one that sent us out to the desert to get the magic stuff.
okay. Yeah, that's three.
But
Got
aren't
two
they
more.
from Nazul Isles?
Okay. So I've got 3 right now here. I'm gonna put these in chat because I want you to
Kick your
refine
ring. Kick your
these
ring. They're kicking.
before
they're in
you
that area.
actually ask them. Oh, do we have music in roll 20? I'm sorry. That was like a long time ago. Shit.
Well, there's been music playing this entire time?
Oh, I'm sorry, Scott. My bad. I hope it didn't I didn't hear it here, so we should be okay.
Dude.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Or internet chat.
Sorry about that. Yep, our internet took a crap. All right, so I'm gonna put these in Baju. All right, so here's what I got so far. Give me more information about Insul. It's very vague. That question. Who are his counterparts that lie in this city? What is your role with the cultists of Zargon? Specific. So you have 2 more questions, but I would make the first one more specific.
Yeah. That's like who is Inzul? Yeah, that might be a better question.
And let's see, how would I word this? What kind of force is with Insul in North Edge, or what is it again?
North.
Edge.
What are their so how much
Yeah, what kind of force does he have? What kind of? Because he's got an entire cult working for him apparently. So this guy should know. Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't have to tell the truth, but still, yeah. What kind of force does Insul have in North Edge?
Yeah, okay, cool. What kind
of resistance can we
forces
expect in North Edge?
can we expect to encounter in North Edge? Okay. We have one more question. Who is Insul? Elaborate a little bit more on who is Insul.
Where does he make it? Oh, good.
How does Inzul relate with the Court of Zargon? I guess. Like a lead, or like a leader within the cult. Like, you know what I mean? That's some kind of trying to patch out.
What is Insul's role?
Within the cult of Zargon.
Of Zargon.
Just to add another one in there. Ask him. I mean, I know we have 5, but throwing another one out. Where does he make his money at? Because I mean, he's a businessman. We could follow the money trail.
Okay. Read those questions amongst yourselves. Make sure that I have them correct.
Yeah, it should be what is Enzo's role. Okay, reverse. It's reverse to the Jarl, right? Oh no, it's Enzo's. Okay. Okay, I think that's good for me.
You all good with that, guys?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I haven't taken a break this whole time, so I'm eating this and enjoying it. 1 second.
You still got 2 pizzas in the oven.
I know. More pizza, guys.
Don't pick the bread.
I'm alright. Fuck me. Homemade Alfredo deluxe.
Okay. So,
This is homemade pizza.
what I'd like to do, and you know what? Elliot, I want you to ask one of the questions.
Oh fuck.
I do. I really do.
The first question you need to ask, Elliot, is to yourself. Why would the GM want
Now,
me to
I'm
ask
gonna
this
let you
question?
decide where and like when you kind of kick in and what question you ask. Just play it like Elliot would do it. But we'll go ahead and get started. So, as the everything is cleared out, the shopkeeper or the tavern is closed up. They close early. They bar the door. Make sure no one gets in. They start. You can hear the wenches cleaning all the glass. You can still smell the remnants of fire that's been put out by buckets of water. Just the smoke smell. It's floating in the air.
Oh, by the way, when he goes and gets that bottle of cranberry juice, he finds 25 gold inside it.
No, he doesn't.
Tyrael left 25 gold
Oh,
in the bottle. of
you
cranberry
put 25
juice.
gold in the bottle for him.
For the barkeep, yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll mark it off your gold.
I already did.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
did it when I did it. Yeah, I marked it off when I did it.
That might come in later on.
I got 14 million gold. I mean,
Okay, so that's your question, Elliot. Okay, cool. So,
I'll play it right now.
yeah, that's fine. So, don't ask the first question, Liam. That's gonna be Elliot's. He'll fit it in. But okay, so go ahead. You kneel down. You kind of take your gauntlet off, and you put your hand on his head. And as you do, you close your eyes and begin to pray. And this purplish kind of light emanates from the body of the former Jarl. And you see all of a sudden, almost like a gasp, like just the face makes a gasp
Baldur's Gate 3.
motion,
Speak with Dead.
while a little bit of
Everybody
purple
has lines.
light comes from his eyes and his mouth.
Every corpse has lines.
And now, as the light emanates through his nostrils, eyes, and mouth, you can tell that he is ready to talk.
He's
Hey,
ready
guys.
to talk, guys.
Admiral.
He's ready to talk.
All right, Liam, you are up.
Jarl,
Don't call him that.
who are your counterparts that lie in this city? In the Cold of Zargon.
The Jarl kind of looks, kind of like almost turns it like as if he wanted to turn his head, but he can't because only his eyes and his mouth will work. And you can tell that the light kind of just glances in your direction. Enzo was my only counterpart.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Absolutely, you can. Sure, you can.
19 insight.
I don't have zoning.
You can tell he's lying to you. Feel free to elaborate.
Don't bullshit me.
Give me an insight check, or not an insight check, an investigation check.
Yeah, I think that's just what 20. Yep.
So if insight checks can make you know truth or not truth, then why would you ever need to know the truth of the spell?
7. Okay.
Insight doesn't always work.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool, but no. Yeah, no, you can tell that he kind of like almost smiles at you a little bit, knowing he's not going to actually answer that question.
That's why he needs truth.
That question is done.
You don't have to answer.
So you have 4 more questions, but what I want to do is kind of give you guys a chance to. So, do your best to think a little creatively. You're trying to convince a dead person who literally has nothing to lose to answer your questions.
Does he have nothing to lose?
We don't, or do we know that?
Does he have children?
Or do we know that? Right.
Okay, no, John, we're not doing that.
Does he have a children? Does he have a lover? Does he have a pet?
Give me a investigation check, Corin.
Is he wearing a red ring?
That is investigation. That is a terrible roll. Because I rolled a 6. And so that's an 8.
You do not see anything that would correlate with any type of family or anything. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and let me think.
Do I notice any
You guys are
scratches
supposed to, huh?
Do I notice any scratches from like an animal on his body? Because that I wouldn't know. Maybe he has a pet he left behind.
Well, let's do this, okay? So, we have used investigation. You guys, and Elliot, Elliot, alright?
Oh God, who did this?
What
team did this?
Yeah, it's, what's his face? Don't worry about it. So, you guys can now use any of the skills that are on the list, except for investigation. And you have to use that skill. You can only use each skill once. So if one person uses like athletics, no more athletics checks can be used. Okay? Right, yeah. But the thing is, think of a way that you can use it to your advantage in this situation. Any of them go. And whoever wants to go first can go first. Liam, I'll give you one too, since even though you did an investigation, Corin did it too. We're just gonna. And I'm gonna give you guys. We're gonna say that if you guys fail 2 more times, then he will not answer any of your questions, any of the remaining questions. Truthfully, that you will know.
I have a question.
Sure.
I know that Liam said he wanted to talk to him by himself. Are we all like hiding around the corner at this point?
Well, no, I mean, everyone's around but you. He asked you to stay away. So you are away right now. But remember, you do have one of those questions.
Yeah.
So, okay. I was thinking, okay. I will step over, brandishing the axe, and look at him. Surely there is somebody that you love, and it would be shame if something happened to them.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, deception.
It's deception because you have to deceive him into knowing that
Should have just made a bar
you know something. And it's a charisma, I know.
Yeah,
it sucks for you, doesn't it?
They just got 20 strength.
But
they
the
roll.
thing is, you can intimidate, but he has to know that you actually know a person, you know?
Well, no, I mean, technically, this is just my thought, of course, the GM rules, but I'm just saying, he's basically saying, you better tell me, or I will find out who you loved, and they will suffer, is what I heard him saying to him.
So it's an intimidation.
That sounded like an intimidation the way he was saying it to me. Like, that's
Which
GM
one's...
rule.
Use whichever one's higher.
Trying to go with intimidation, but
Use whichever one's higher, intimidation or deception.
we'll go with intimidation.
Alright, cool.
20.
As you, as you brandish your axe, and you kind of like, not only do you, while you're saying that, you also take and put it right into the ground, and it comes this close to his head, and you see the light kind of shoot over, and you can actually see that as his eyes shoot over, and the light coming from it just, reflects off of the blade and back onto his own face. And as he's moving his eyes back and forth looking at you and the blade, you can see it kind of flickering back and forth. Don't hurt her.
Ooh, nice.
I'll tell you what you want to know. Alright. So, questions. You want to take a question? Who wants to ask questions? I know Elliot's got one, but
I'll take my
I'm here to force the answers. Y'all ask the questions.
Honestly, should we ask now? I mean, he's already kind of hated right now. He took his life. So, don't you think people are going to be looking for his descendants or lovers? So when he mentions her, don't you think...
Well, now he thinks so I would just go with it.
He would want us to protect her, maybe? Maybe that person needs protection. Perhaps we can work out a deal? Information for protection.
I mean, we could still get the...
I mean, if that's Darius, since
itself.
Darius is using the dead spell, that's his righteous character, so he's the goody two-shoes of the group. He could do that.
Yep, so yeah, go ahead with the questions, Darius. Keep going.
It's like, yeah, I'm not going to help you intimidate someone who has nothing to do with this just because you're related to the person. So I don't really see my character doing that.
Yeah. So you're good. So he's gotten to the point where Thok has gotten him to essentially say, "Oh shit." So you can continue with the questions then.
So I guess so number one is aliens. So I'll go for number 3 then. Y'all, what is your role with the cultists of Zargon?
He looks over at you. The eyes shoot back from the blade over to you. I am but a puppet for the great darkness. I'm here. I was here to rule this one small town and help them spread the influence of the great Zargon.
I don't know what Zargon's offering these people to have them have like such high esteem for him. Like, I'm curious.
Is Zargon supposed to be a god?
That's a really good point.
I mean,
Is Zargon
because
a god or a person?
we don't technically know that yet.
So that's something that I want you guys to discuss as players because they know a lot about Zargon.
I mean, because my god gave me powers and revived me because I was dying. And so I'm seeking out his will. Plus, I love animals.
Okay. So let's go ahead. We only have about 15 minutes left max. So let's go ahead with the next question. Elliot? Or, I mean, Elliot, Liam?
Well, yeah. What kind of forces can we expect to encounter in North's Edge?
The forces of darkness are growing. North Edge is but a staging point for what is to come. The forces, and you can see that's kind of like the power is kind of waning. It's kind of like, this is the fourth question, so it's kind of the light's beginning to kind of leave his eyes and dim. The forces are in the Bulganar Desert,
training and the forest near Ophelion. Not many forces lie in North's Edge, but Insul is protected.
That's all he says about that.
So you kind of cut out there. You said he was protected?
Insul is protected, is what he said. Yes.
Okay.
Even though a lot of troops are in the Bolganar Desert and Ophelion, around Ophelion, they are, he's still protected.
Gotcha. You said North Edge was a staging point? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Do we know anything about that rebellion that he just spoke of? I mean, I know there was a rebellion just in the city, but...
Are you talking about, like, the people rising up for the Dark Lord Zargon, or what are you talking about?
He mentioned that there's a rebellion. Now, not sure if that was what was happening in the city. I assume that's what was happening in the city, but...
No, not in this city. This city was something you guys riled up because of the Jarl getting killed. So he was speaking more on the forces of Zargon being in the Bolganar Desert and near Ophelion. Is that what you're talking about? I don't remember saying anything about...
Yeah, I didn't know if the...
Go ahead.
I thought he just said about the rebellion. That's okay. That's okay. Keep going.
I'm trying to think of, like... Because I'm pretty sure... Did I say anything about an uprising?
I don't remember anything about uprising.
I don't think so. Or, yeah. Sorry, Scott. I mean, yeah. It's been an interesting
I think
session.
you're planning for the future.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so, we have... I'm not sure how many more questions... I think we only have one question left, don't we?
Yep, and, who is in Zul's role within the cult of Zargon was the one I was going to ask. Did you guys want me to ask another question?
Well, no, the DM already told you that's the question you get to ask, so...
Yep, that's the question you get to ask. You guys confirmed it, and that's your question.
Alright, cool. So, at that point, I kind of lean around the corner and look at Liam and Liam, turn his head so he can see my eyes.
Yeah, I do that.
Will not touch your loved ones because...
Before you start, as he turns, Liam turns his head slowly towards you, you can tell his eyes, as they're dimming, the dimming light, it becomes bright again as his eyes become slits.
Oh, he's turning to a
glares
snake.
at you.
He's turning to a snake.
It's Voldemort.
Well, no, he's closing his eyes. Okay. So
I use little druid craft to make my eyes sparkle to make them look a little fancy.
Okay. and you see his eyebrow go up like this. But go ahead.
I overheard what you were saying, and while you were just a pawn piece, or so you say you were, we won't touch your family. We draw a line somewhere. But shit, that's my clear your name and at least tell us, who and what Zul's role is with the cult of Zargon.
Thou who tried to take my breath now asks for my assistance. Ironic.
We wanted to die.
From what I've been put through, yes. death is a sweet song compared to the siren song of the Dark Lords our God.
That's what he gives him.
Inzul discovered a darkness deep in Synodisia. He's trying to use that darkness to take over to
As he utters those last words, all of the purple light goes dim. You see his blank face and the drooping face of death. And that is where we'll leave it for tonight, gentlemen. That was a fantastic session. Good job.
Cast it again.
Yeah, seriously.
We have to wait 10 days. I can't cast them more than once.
Wait, I'm going to stop the recording.
We wait
and
10 days and then cast it again.